Bukky TV. This week we're going to talk about the Real Housewives, the Polar Vortex, and of course, Dennis Rodman. Join me. We're going to have a good time. First of all, Real Housewives of Atlanta. So this week they talked about a lot of different things, but the character that I want to focus on is Portia. Portia from the Real Housewives is renting a huge house that's in the neighborhood, according to her, of Nene, and her family says is close to her ex-husband. My problem with her house is I feel like I've seen this plot point before. It reminds me of Chateau Charest. I mean, anytime when your co-workers think you can't afford something, it doesn't matter because those are your co-workers. They don't know you. When your second cousin twice removed says you can't afford something, no big deal. They don't have their hand in your pocket. But when your own mother is like, are you sure you can afford this? When your closest relatives don't think you can afford a property. Baby girl, I'm not trying to judge, but based on that evidence, maybe you can't afford that property. So I think reality television is for everybody. She got on the show, she had a man, big house, things were looking up. I think when you got a good life at the beginning of it, I can't believe it. It reminds me of Charest. Charest came on the show with a big house. By the end of the show, she was living in a apartment. Let me set this up, right? Rodman is the kind of dude that will say anything, right? And Kim Jung-Un, the dictator of North Korea, he just killed his own uncle. You know, when you kill your own uncle, that's unpredictable. You're liable to do anything. So when say anything and do anything gets together, I just think that's an unpredictable and combustible combination. So anytime Dennis Rodman goes to North Korea, I am always
Listen.
Ain't no shield. I got it. Let me do this. Really, I'm gonna tell you one thing. People around the world, I'm gonna do.
Guys, let me set this up, right? We've been talking about this Dennis Rodman rant all week long, but the thing that the media doesn't focus on is the interview. The first half of the interview was going really well. Retired NBA player Charles Smith, he was like the point guard of the interview. He was handling the questions like balls, passing it. He was handling the interview, and it was very successful. But somewhere, and just take a look. I look at this interview. We know what Dennis Rodman is like. We know what he's liable to say. What is interesting to me when I look at this interview is not so much Dennis Rodman, but all the other guys' reaction to Dennis Rodman. That goes all out, their reactions. Take a look at them.
We've said it many times. We've seen it demonstrated. For whatever reason. Are you going to take an opportunity, if you get it, to speak up for the family of Kenneth Bay? And to say, let us know why this man is being held, that this is wrong, that he is sick. If you can help Dennis, will you take the opportunity?
He tried to help Dennis Rodman out at first, but Dennis was like, no. You see the guy in the black suit in the back on Dennis Rodman's right behind him? Look how worried he looks. He could tell this is not going right.
Yeah.
And so Dennis has started. The guy in the black suit in the back is saying, oh man, he didn't got upset. The guy in the gray suit is stunned. Look at him. Saying, how did I get myself in this position? How did this happen? Are people watching me?
Go ahead.
Okay. Guy in the back with the black suit still looking concerned. Wondering, what am I going to do after this interview?
Left their damn families.
Charles Smith, look at him. Look like he's about to come in and assist. Let's see what happens.
Got 10 guys, all these guys here.
Okay, now Dennis is talking about Christmas. We don't know why.
And we appreciate that,
and
we wish them well with
oh, Charles Smith assisting. He's trying to assist. He came in, but I don't. His hand is on his shoulders, trying to support the guy.
Yeah, but Dennis, don't put it on them.
While the rest of them are two in the back,
they're
making eye contact.
You just basically were saying that Kenneth Bay did something wrong. We don't even know what the charges are. Don't use these guys as a shield for you, Dennis.
Listen.
Now it's downhill from there. The two guys in the back making eye contact. The guy in the purple, he concerned.
I'm gonna tell you one thing.
The two bookends, they looking real concerned.
I'm gonna do one thing.
How I get myself in this mess?
Guy behind the mic
what my family thinking?
We are the guys here.
Next time Dennis Rodman called me,
we have to go back
I'm not
to
taking
America.
his calls.
and take
Guy in
the
a gray
abuse.
suit, wondering will this ever end?
Well, we
As
gonna
Dennis
take
goes on and
to
on.
you, sir. Let me know. Are you gonna take that bitch? We're gonna get it. But guess what, though?
And America asked
One
the
day,
6 guys around Dennis Rodman, how you gonna let Dennis Rodman get you on an interview like this?
This door
Dennis
is gonna
Rodman
open.
has since apologized. He said he was
These 10 guys here,
intoxicated at the time.
all of us, Christy,
But if you know your
Ben,
boy's intoxicated,
Dennis,
how come you don't?
Charles,
I don't know. Maybe say, Dennis, let's
everybody
do this
here.
interview without you.
We could just open the door just a little bit for people to come here and do anything.
Hi, this week on Miss Bukky TV, we know there's a lot of talk about the polar vortex. So we decided to come up with a way to help you understand what a polar vortex is. My explanation of the polar vortex. Let's say this is the North Pole, and there's a circle of cold air surrounding the North Pole right there in the middle. So what happens with the polar vortex, every year there is a circle of cold air surrounding the North Pole, right? So what happens is global warming. With global warming, a portion of the North Pole, this air, you see that? The global warming interfered with the polar vortex, so it started melting. That's my non-scientific explanation of I got a free manicure from the Being Mary Jane manicure truck. And so I'm going to actually check out the show on Tuesday and see what it's about. See if it's oh, goodness.